and welcome. Today I would like to show you how I made this card, and this is a sketch card I got off Pinterest, but I'm calling it the diamond card sketch. Okay, the pieces we're going to need is a card base which measures 11 by 5 3/4 and it's scored at 5.5. A DSP strip, a designer series paper strip, that is 5 3/4 by 1. A Whisper White strip, that is 5 3/4 by 1 3/8. And that's going to just pop on there. And then we're going to need 3 squares of Whisper White, and these measure 1 7/8 of an inch square. And 3 squares of, I'm using Magenta Madness here, but you can use any colour you like, and this is So Saffron. These squares measure 1 3/4 inches square. A Whisper White piece of card which measures 4 inches by 4 inches. This is to stamp the stamp on. We're going to be using this big sunflower, which is from the Celebrate Sunflowers, which is an absolutely gorgeous set. But we're going to stamp it out first before we cut it out. And for the inside of the card, we're going to need a piece of Whisper White that is 5 1/4 by 5.5 inches. Right, okay, let's get gluing things together and then we can stamp, I think. If we start with these pieces first, these 3, we're just going to place the Magenta Madness on top. Okay, so whoops. So using our Tombow, as always, just putting a bead of glue around the edge and on the inside, and sticking it down. If you're not sure, just bring it up to you and you can see whether it's even. I'm going to get the other 2 stuck down and I'll be right back. Okay, that's our 3 squares. And same again, grab your strip of designer series paper or whatever you would like to use for this card. And we're just going to run a thin bead down there. Line up with your grid paper, and we're literally going top to bottom. Whoopsie with this. Now just bear in mind it will look a bit uneven because the lines aren't straight on the paper. Okay, right, put that aside. Let's get stamping. Pop that on there. For the inside of the card, I'm going to be using the Let's Celebrate You, which is a lovely big sentiment, and I'm going to be using this little flower here as well. For the sentiment, I'm going to use Poppy Parade, if I can open it. And let's plonk it on there. Make sure we've got it up the right way round. And I'm just going to stamp straight down and straight up. That's a bit foofy, isn't it? But never mind. And for the little sunflower, I'm going to use Mango Melody. I'm not going to use the leaves, I'm just going to use this top part of the flower. I'm sorry, I'm pouncing a bit on my ink pad because it needs re-inking. I'm just going to pop this down in the corner there. There we go. Whoopsie. Let's pop those away. Right, pop that to one side. Okay, for this large, beautiful large sunflower, I'm going to be using the Magenta Madness, which is what's in the paper. It's a good idea when you've got a stamp this size is to bring the ink pad to the stamp rather than you fighting with a big block over the ink pad. It's just a little bit easier. Right, I'm going to try and get this, as this is 4 square, I'm going to try and get this as even as possible in the middle. And again, just stamp straight down and straight up. And there we have beautiful sunflower. Right, let's get rid of that. Okay, I'm gonna go and trim this now. Now these need to be trimmed to 1 5/8 by 1 5/8 inches squared. May I suggest, because this is 4 by 4, is to cut it at 2 and 2 again, and then cut your 1 5/8 little square. Okay, to go on top. I'm just going to go and do that and then I'll be back. Right, there we go. What I discovered, also what would be a good idea is when you're trimming it, is to put it in so this side is at the 1 5/8 mark, so you're cutting away the white space, so that you don't lose so much of the centre. And if you haven't got enough, if you haven't got enough white space to do that, then put this side against the 1 5/8 and then trim a little bit off the centre. I do hope that makes sense. Right, let's get these on here and see which way we're going to have them. So this is how it's going to look on the card. We're going to have this diamond shape here. Okay, so we can decide which ones we want where. Oops. There we go. And we just use those 3 there. I don't know why I keep cutting 4 of everything today for some reason. Right, let's get those stuck down. I'm going to do one with you, and then I'll pop off and do the others, because you don't really need to see me sticking all of them down. All right, let's grab our Tombow. And again, we're just centering it on the card. So bring it up to you so you can see what it looks like, and you haven't put it squiffy like I normally do. Right, I'm just going to do the other two and then I'll be right back. Okay, that's those done. So we'll pop those up here. Grab our card back. Let's stick this one in. Come on, Mr. Tombow. Woo! There we go. That one there. And then let's flip our card over so the front panel is flat there. Right, this one is coming in roughly about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. So let's get that one stuck down. And if you're not sure, do use your grid paper to line it up. And it literally is straight up, top, bottom. Just a little border either side. Right, now our diamonds. I'm going to make sure, well, my grid paper's a bit squiffy. Right. I'm going to line this up so I can see the middle line here. And pop that one there. This one to the side. And the bottom one, again, we're looking for it to be corner to corner. So all of them line up. And then we can bring this one in. And make sure there's a pretty even gap between them. Okay. Actually, what I'm going to do is bring this down a little bit. This one. And bring him down a titch. Okay, I think that looks a bit better, top and bottom. Right, so I'm going to get these stuck down, okay, and then I'll be back. Right, let's stick, I'm going to stick the first one. I'm not going to do this off camera. I'm going to stick this down and show you the order in which I do it. It's not necessarily the right way. It's just what works for me, really. So I'm following my black line. I'm coming down a little bit. And press him down. I'm then going to go to the second one. I'm not going to put the bottom one down yet. I'm going to do the second one first. make sure they're the right way around and that there's a pretty even gap between them. Okay, there we go. And then this one, we're lining up, so we've got corner to corner, and also we're lining up here as well. Okay, so let's do this one. Oh crumbs, I went off a bit there. Let's take that off. It would go everywhere. Right, I'm just lightly placing it down so that I can see that it's kind of straight this side and the corner and corners meet. And then just bring it up to you and see that that's okay. And because we've got a bit of a bump there, make sure these are stuck down well. Right, and there we have it. Let's just grab our bone folder and give that a bit of a score. I like to do both sides. There we go. Right, and that's our beautiful card for today, with the lovely Celebrate You sentiment in there. And we've used this lovely Flowers for Every Season designer series paper. And there are some beautiful designs in here, and this is the one I used. And they're absolutely gorgeous. And this one also comes in brown, so this would make a lovely masculine card as well. And I think I've got one of those coming up soon. And of course these lovely florals on the other side. Okay, if you would like any of the products I've shown you today, please visit my online shop at louisadiamond.stampingup.net, and please use the August host code so I can send you a thank you card and a little something, and please tick the box to say you don't mind hearing from me. If you liked the video, please comment below and give me a thumbs up, and click the bell button so that you can get all notifications of when I post another video. All the links will be in the description below. If you do not have a demonstrator and would like a catalogue, please email me at bluebellinc@aol.com and I will send you out one. Because at the moment we now have the autumn winter catalogue, which has just come out, which is absolutely lovely. Thank you ever so much for watching. Take care. God bless. Love you lots.